Welcome, welcome, welcome. It is a Massacre Monday. We are at the end of the season, and we're going to start some, some satirical decks this week. Just kind of, without using words, describing what many of us feel like are the very dull and boring parts of the current meta. Now, I've tried to introduce as much grossness as possible, and I want you guys to watch me rename this deck. We're just calling this deck grossness. Because I don't have a better word. But it just is. Skellige's gross right now. Rage of the Sea is pretty fun to use with gross Skellige decks. I really do love the Dagger Sigurdrifa's right combo. It got me pretty good results in tourney. We do have Oniro here. Regis is also in this deck with Wild Boar and Hemdall. So we're going to shoot for some spicy plays. Let's see if we can queue into somebody with Row Swarm and just have some fun, because I really feel like we don't do enough of that in Gwent lately. It's just a lot of it has become the same dull teams that revolve around the same pairing of cards and automatically include some gross Karathi Heat Waves. Yeet Waves, Keck Slides. Somebody in chat is saying they'll play one against me. Varun 410. Let's do that one. If it's a Swarm deck, I'll definitely play you. So if you can promise me it's a Swarm deck, I'll do it. I really want to see if we can get this deck to go off some, just so we can show people its full potential. So we do have Sigurdrifas here with Dagger, so we do like to use him round one. The only thing I'd say you got to be careful of is making sure to set up some good damage. Covenant is nice. Going up against Enslaved can be a little problematic because it's Enslaved. Alright, yeah, and Varun is willing to show us a new deck of his, so we'll queue into that. And for those of you on YouTube, please join on Twitch. If you have decks you want to show off, I'm more than happy to record them for my YouTube videos. I think it's a ton of fun. It's a good community, good people out there. Let's get into it, have some fun, share some laughs together, and enjoy some of these truly spicy decks. The lock hurts. It hurts my heart. But we're going to have to deal with that regardless. We're going to drop down Haymay Protector here. We're not running Morkvarg Heart of Terror. That is one good option. Instead, I've added in Spores to get the reset. Yeah, this is going to be... What is this? Enslaved 5. So there are, at a minimum... 9 different. Is it for every 4? Okay, so there are at least 8 tactic cards in this deck. Most of the good tactic cards are just removal cards, so I anticipate we'll see many more of those. Okay, so things that are good grabs here. Honestly, once we're down to 7 cards, we're probably just gonna get out of this round. But we'll see how we pair up against the opponent here. So he can grab a 5, so I need to be able to set up a Rage of the Sea combo in order to get Dagger down safely. But safely is going to be a matter of interpretation a little bit. The opponent just gets super lucky here. Alright, yeah, I don't love this. Oh, they have double armor up. Let's go for Covenant here. Well, actually, let's do, yeah, let's go for Covenant.
We'll show you some blood spilling's done.
Yen's Invo always looms large with these decks. Alright, well, whatever we play is going to get damaged. I like Berserkers. They are a little bit more flexible than some of the other cards. So here I'm thinking to just go ahead and pull out something I don't care as much about. Warmongers have some cool synergy. But here we're actually just going to go ahead and grab Gutting Slash. Just enough value to get us out without having to put anything down. And now we can use Sigurdriffas on Covenant of Steel. That works fine. Long rounds benefit us. We get a lot of cards out on the board. But you know, it's an enslaved deck, and so there's going to be a lot of push, a lot of punish. So we're going to have to play around. This works just so nicely. We are digging here a little bit. I like Concrete Raiders a little bit more than Berserkers, though, so we're going to get rid of those. We are digging for Regis. Regis does have to play with his the ability that he has. He has to play with initiative, so he has to play. We cannot link to him with Oniro. We get him because we're lucky people today. Stunning Blow is nice. We are on red coin here, so I think we will go for Stunning Blow, and then Great Sword or Spores will probably be our grab. Alright, let's put Light Longship back. Alright, Warmonger's cool, but a little bit tricky to just get working. Yeah, I would have rather had what we had originally. Berserker would have been nice there. So we do need to get a damage proc in against that Helga. Tourney Joust will rebuff the shield, but if we can get down Drum and Berserker here, that works actually really well for us. So again, I would have preferred to have on Crit Greatsword here, but Drum and Berserker is going to get us some better flexibility. And it's automatically going to ping off that shield. Sets up nicely for a kill with Stunning Blow. Forces the opponent here to go for another Tourney Joust or for Phyphion. Phyphion does have armor, and that causes us some problems, so we're going to need to erase that with Stunning Blow here. Another battle prep could cause us some issues. I think the opponent is going to go for a lot of ranged units here. Fire Scorpions are nice. I like them. We use Sigurdriffas to bring back Covenant of Steel. I think we're going to see the opponent punish this and go for the steel here. Honestly, be happy to see that get out of the way. But Wild Boar is now able to erase Helga, so if we can get down Dagger, all right, that's another option. So at this point, I have to make a decision about what I want to try to kill and how I want to try to kill it. I will set up a 1-point unit for Regis this way, so I'm actually just going to go ahead and use Boar. This is suboptimal on a lot of levels. Oh, another option I have is Hemdall here. Actually, let's go ahead and use Hemdall. Now we just need that rain to proc against Helga and we'll be golden. No such luck today, friends. But we do have 1, 2, 2, so Regis is going to be able to finish off these units. I get that boosted Covenant of Steel, which is obviously problematic. Now, obviously, the typical play here is to get Dagger down. Now we have to pray it doesn't hit Covenant of Steel. We do get the luck. The luck pays off. So I think we'll see. Yeah, Assassination is a good option. Finished off by Fire Scorpion. Oh, it's just hard to play around Nilfgaard with a deck like this. That's a little smarmy. you see the Ankh-Raid great ship getting stolen. Alright, Menno lines up nicely for us with Regis. So we're just going to let the opponent keep going. Coup de grace onto Joachim is great value. Nilfgaard is really good at countering spiciness. I think it's why there just hasn't been a lot of tears shed for their falling off in the meta. It is unfortunate for the faction because I think it's good for all factions to be good. Yeah, I'd like to see some work done there. Alright, here I think we'll just drop down a Haymade Protector just to buy some time. Then we can go for Ankh-Raid Raiders. We still have a lot of value coming out of Wild Boar here. So he doesn't have anything that's worth 3, which is a little unfortunate for us. But we can get everything damaged down a bit and then finish it off with Wild Boar. And that should set up some Bloodthirst, but probably not enough with Raiders. He is probably going to proc a poison, so she'll go from 2... She'll be down to 1 health. So we should be able to finish it off with Wild Boar. So let's just do this just to get best value. So as long as she doesn't get boosted twice, Wild Boar finds great value here. Now, going into this game with Varun, just making sure, we're friends, alright, Varun? Remind me of your screen name. I have so many friends from all these tournaments. Oh my gosh! So he gets he gets double procs here with an extra aristocrat. It's just, this should be illegal. This is why people hate Nilfgaard. Double triggering a scenario from Roderick is just wrong. It just doesn't make sense.
Women, children, elders, we spare none.
And that one of them is an immediate kill with Vincent is just gross. This is why people don't feel bad that Nilfgaard is down out. They really need to fix this stuff. They need to make it so Nilfgaard is not so gross, so that people don't have to feel so guilty about playing them, but also so that there's some better value. So here we just want to damage Usurper. If we damage Operative, it's only going to do 1 damage to him anyway, so we want to make sure we get maximum value. There you see, if we had had Dagger out, we would have had him up to so many points. Only so many things you can do there, though. Alright, let's get into a game with Endeavourune here. Hopefully he sets up some Swarm for us. Alright. And we might learn something new. Alright, I'll go ahead and challenge you. I don't care if I'm on blue coin or red coin when I'm doing videos. Helps people see what it looks like in both scenarios. I got a cancellation, so let's try one more time. If this doesn't work, I'm just going to queue into another game. Welcome on to stream, War Bandit. Well, I was shooting a YouTube video for Monday. Massacre Mondays are Skellige. But I'm doing great. It's a nice Saturday, just chilling and grilling. But trying to showcase some satirical decks here. If we lose a bunch, that's fine. Yeah, I think it's hilarious whenever I do a deck that's like all removal, and then we queue into like a Nilfgaard Ball Poison deck with a Vincent play off of Roderick that gets the double poison and the elimination of another unit. It just warms your heart. Warms your soul. Makes you feel like, oh, this is a game that I have fun playing. Joke! Alright, let's see what Varune's got cooked up for us on the other side. And this is a great chance for you guys on YouTube to see that we just go in and do whatever. Overwhelming hunger.
Of an ungreat.
Overwhelming hunger! Alright, well, the best decks in the game are made with Overwhelming Hunger, so the weight of the game is on your shoulders now. Okay, we do have Regis here, so I'm happy about that. Warmongers, we're just going to keep one. I don't mind keeping some of this grossness. Alright, I'm happy with that. Alright, we're just getting it set up for a bunch of damage here. Right, Neckers are good, slow tempo, building play that you can make for only 4 provisions, so they work well. Obviously just gonna knock one of those off, make sure we get max value. Reduced against these Thrive cards. This is an interesting play to go for the Andrega Larva here. I think I would have triggered the Thrive if possible, since they are just a little bit weak. So now you've just kind of lost both your Neckers, which is a little unfortunate. And I got the setup I want right now. We'll go for Uncrit Greatsword since we get 2 damage here. We'll probably ping off the extra armor in time. One good thing though, the Warmonger's not going to play for much value against this. This does 6 damage, so one of these can go up to 4 here or 5 there. Let's go ahead and get out of Greatsword. So this is a poor play by me. I actually probably should have played it next to Haymade Protector. Typically, just so the Haymade Protector gets boosted by 1 for the damage taken by the Greatsword. No, so here we're doing a really weird Skellige deck. For those of you just joining on stream, we're doing Regis with Wild Boar and Hemdall, and Dagger with Covenant of Steel. So this is mean. Let's see what he gets right now. To opposite row would be Wild Boar of the Seas. Ugh, you ruined this for me, so help me. Yeah, I hate that outcome, so I'm actually just gonna go for a pass here. So he does have to play down to 4. This is what I thought it would be. Yeah, this is a gross play that I am not super happy about. But it does go for the highest card, so it is dangerous here. I always forget Goliath's highest card, not highest provision. And now it's a little bit tilting to get the Wild Hunt Rider out. But we just keep triggering points on our side. So now Werecat comes down. It's going to do 5 damage, but I'm going to get 2 points back. Massive tilt. Oh, I was thinking Goliath is highest provision. It's not a HeroQuex. It's just highest point value. So for us that worked out fine since we had Covenant and Hemdall in hand. Otherwise they would have been the ones coming down. Alright, so here we got the... basically, I'm just like looking for bronzes this round, right? So, but I do want to try to draw into some of my other stuff, so I'm going to put back Stunning Blow, and we're going to put back Warmonger for now. So we do have Sigurdriffas, so now we can grab Dagger whenever we want him. I'm anticipating a pass from the opponent, since he's down 4 cards. But we see a HeroQuex come out. So I think this is probably like, what, like an Overwhelming Hunger deck where the opponent here is just trying to pull out our highest provision cards. We do miss Wild Boar. That's a bit unfortunate for us. We'll go for Longship here. So whatever he plays behind this defender is going to get hit. So the problem with like a Heracrax is you got to make sure you're getting out what you want. He does force us to play something we don't want to play. Here I think we need to get 5 points of value. Best way to do that. I think we're just gonna get out a Raider.
Raid, we fight, we plunder. Full service.
So he knocks off some of our big value here. Mill monsters. Yeah, Goliath's a fun way to do that with Karen Thier. Get out some of the big units. I think the problem with that is a lot of the units you want out are the units you get with the Heracrax. Like we just saw, not the ones you get with monsters. So we can go back and grab that anytime we want. I think the cards we're looking for here, just like Stunning Blows, maybe a Warmonger. Alright, so we're going to go for Covenant. Just so we can set up Dagger whenever we want it, but I think we'll start with On-Crate Raids. On-Crate Longship. But I guess we've learned something new about this deck. It is very mill resistant. Thrives can play for a lot of points over the long run. So I could have actually gone for Rage of the Seas here and guaranteed the kill, but I want to set up max value over the long run of the game. So he goes for ranged. And this works fine for us. I think what we're going to do here is just go for Dagger. And just get some value onto him immediately and erase these Thrive cards. So since there's only 2, it's going to damage those 2, no questions asked. We also get to force all the units up here onto the row that we want them to be on. We just need to set up the value for Regis. Hemdall can help with that. Hemdall's going to lay down a lot of punish. Haunt comes down. Haunt's a lot of value. I expect this to go... So he's now trying to play around the row punish. He did see Wild Boar come out, but I think he just wants to get that erasure going on his own. The consume can be problematic, but we're just going to set this up.
Children,
Be patient.
elders, we spare none.
Spores can be really helpful here. Alright, Igni plays really well against the Dagger and the Covenant. It's nice and spicy, and we like spicy.
The goddess protect you from all evil.
Goddess Freya!
Alright, let's get maximum value up here. Get her punished. Alright, we see Detlef come down. Nice thing about Thrives upon is you get so many cards played that it's going to proc those Thrives a bunch of different times. Really great value. Here we're kind of just playing for time. Just going to protect our Dagger a little bit. Get the armor erased from the Endregas. Right now, we're kind of just playing for time, waiting to see if we can get everything lined up exactly how we want it. Now, if we have a Bloodthirst of 5, we can damage all units on a row by 1. Which obviously that works well for rats. Right now, the opponent's setting up a couple of 3s for us, so we just need 1, 2. So we need a 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, and a 5. So we're getting pretty close here. Drone Warmonger, like I said, if we have a Bloodthirst of 5, we can damage all of them. I don't think we're going to get close on that. Gutting Slash does get us a 4, but we do get a reset with Spores. So I think that's actually what we're going to do here, just so we can get guaranteed value with Regis. So and Dagger gives us dominance. So we'll wait to see what the opponent has. But right now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Obviously, Villain Trenton Mirth against Dagger is not very fun, so we're just gonna remove him. Bye-bye. Thanks for playing, Villain Trenton Mirth. Alright, now we go for Regis. Obviously, the Hemdall would be really nice for more damage procs, but this is just going to be crazy good value. And this is exactly how a Regis play should look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We erased entire row. Dagger goes up to 38. We get 2 rats. Then we just lay down the punish with Hemdall. Everybody give Varun a great, or Endeavourun, a great big hand for joining the video today. Thank you so much for that play. Thank you for setting that up for us. For tilting. I know that's probably not what you would have normally done, but it's a great way to show us how a monster's mill deck would look. But thank you so much. Thank you to all of you watching on YouTube. We'll post up this video. Let's jump into one more game with this deck. See if we can get into a game maybe that isn't as nuts as the last 2 games we had. We'll do one more. But you definitely brought the spice, Varun, and we definitely need that. Yeah, that I could tell, but playing that Goliath was pretty brutal against me, but also against you. Alright, Arachis Swarm is nice for us. We just got to get the draws, which has been working out pretty well for us, thanks to that mill deck last round. So Drone Warmonger is great against the drones, which we're probably going to see some of. Spores will actually probably be clutch. But probably not this round. We'll keep it just in case. Let's put Stunning Blow back. Put that back too. Alright, I'm actually pretty happy with what I see. Huncrate Longship's pretty good here. Yeah, so Varun did mention I was hoping to get out the Hemdall. Obviously, that would have been, or Covenant of Steel would have been great. The Igni play was fantastic, though. So for anyone who wondered why I didn't boost up that On-Crate Longship, you now know. Let's get Protector down. If he dies, it's not the end of the world. Pugo Boombreaker is a great play onto a drone. Also tells me that the opponent can still use an Arachis Swarm charge for another one of these predatory dives, but they probably don't have one. We'll go for Drone Berserker here. Let's get some damage pings working. Then we can actually use Tactical Advantage onto Berserker. Yeah, had that Villain Trenton Mirth lived, it would have burned my dagger. I'm very glad it didn't. We still erased, like, your points went all the way down to 17, though. So I was like, that Regis play was massive. I'm going to set up another Drum Berserker here. Just go for the boost. And then as soon as this one takes down to be a bear, we'll set up the Moonlight Longship. We can get out the Greatsword here pretty quickly. Ideally, a Hiraquax is pulled out with a Hiraquax. Like if you use Karen Thier with it or something. Yeah, its abilities on deploy though. I don't understand. Oh, calm down. Alright, so the opponent's just going for like some massive play here. Let's see if we can get him to play a bunch of points onto Barghest and then wreck it that way. So he does move around the points a little bit. Alright, let's go for Greatsword. And now every damage he takes brings him down to 29. We'll go up to 29 with the Greatsword. Oh, sorry, we'll go to... Yeah, we'll go to 29 because of Haymane Protector. So I had to use my big thinking brain for a moment there. Light Longship is nice here. We're going to try to get as much Bloodthirst as we can. Obviously, these spores are going to be really helpful. We are tilting a little bit right now, though. That I forgot I was on blue coin, so we should have used the spores right there. Not all of us can be geniuses. Alright, we're gonna go for Rage of the Sea proc here. So he's gonna take a total of 4 damage down to 40. And then we will get boosted up to 30. We'll go up to 39. So hopefully at least the math gets into the opponent's head a little bit here. Alright, this works out well for us. Kind of wish we had our Regis right now. That's fine. Alright, I think here I'm actually going to go and pull out Dagger. He should be enough value to close this out for us. And we'll get him back later.
Give me some of that.
Alright, let's get... I'd like to get as many units damaged as possible. We'll just ping off this Barghest. The heat wave on... Oh, okay. Thank goodness. I was like, heat wave on Dagger would have been crippling for us. Alright, this Barghest will go back down to 5. He'll no longer have dominance. So that's just enough points for us here. And then we get this damage tick. Obviously, we go down to 39, but we go up to 34 with Dagger. Lots of maths going on with this game, but Wild Boar set up to get some nasty damage here. Heat Wave is out. Spores would not surprise me from the opponent just because it is a Swarm deck. And we've already seen Heat Wave, so we know it's not Devotion. And then this Drummond Berserker takes up, so we'll do 1 damage, get 1 boost, and he'll go up to 6. So we'll go to 36 plus 1 point to 37, and then the opponent will go down to 32. So we're happy with this. We'll save the Wild Boar for another round. I'm quite content. So if you're tired of monsters, looks like this deck actually works pretty well against monsters so far. Against a couple of different decks. But we'll wait to see. Reserve Judgment for the very end. Alright, we needed Sigadrifas. Now I'd like to see if we can draw into... Hemdall is nice. I'd like to get Regis and Covenant of Steel if possible. Hey, welcome, Hamster. We're filming a video for Monday, having some fun. Werewolf is a weird card. I mean, you get that 4-point immunity play, but otherwise kind of awkward. But right now, we're doing a deck we are calling Grossness. Many thanks to Varun410 again for joining in, sacrificing his deck against ours. I don't think that was the intention, but it was certainly a fun time. All right, so Regis has to come to hand. Ask, and there it is. Stunning Blow is still pretty nice, so I'm going to put it in. This is better. This is perfect. So we'll go for On-Crate Longship first. Obviously, another Predatory Dive would be crippling. Against Covenant of Steel. I really don't want Dagger to end up getting so exposed. Oh, let's see what happens. Sigadriffa's Ride is just so bonkers good. 9 provisions gets us back a 10 provision card that we don't really even need to do anything with. So let's set this up. A couple of reasons for that. Bait out some of that other gross removal like Predatory Dive. So Hanser just joining on the chain. We're going to give some more news about this, but the whole reason we're making this Grossness deck and Satire is last week Slama and Burza said that there are no changes planned for the game this next patch. So we are going to get a new journey, which is a new way for us to pay them money. But other than that, Nothing's changing. And I don't mean to be hypercritical. I love CDPR, but November is a bad month for them. With Cyberpunk getting pushed off,
Women,
you know, I give you guys my honest thoughts here, and I think that, you know, they need to ramp up the timeline on the Gwent expansion, in my opinion. I mean, they gotta be ready for it, obviously, but something to keep in mind. All right, this is annoying. I have no idea what we're gonna see coming down next, but we have seen. So now this Covenant of Steel will be the one that dies. We've seen a few specials, but nowhere near all the 12 you can have in a deck of 25. Yeah, I think balance changes at a minimum are necessary. Tainted L is a little weird here. People just trying to do stuff, and it's kind of clunky. So if they go for the burnage onto Covenant, not much is gonna happen. Now I'm actually gonna grab Haymane Protector. I could go for Raiders, but Haymane Protector actually works really well here. We don't see any units yet, so no reason to worry about that. So now if the opponent goes for the hits on Covenant of Steel, Haymane is going to get boosted every time. And then if it's at Berserk 6, at the end of every turn it's going to gain 1 armor. So he can ping this down a few, but then it's going to get back. Oh my gosh. Oh man. To not have to play any cards. Alright, yeah, I think we're just going to go for Hemdall here, which is a little unfortunate. I obviously would have liked to play it onto something bigger, but we just need units out with points to push back against some of this grossness the opponent's slinging our way. So there should be an expansion in December, Mizmol's correct. And there should be Cyberpunk coming out in December. I hate to say it, but I'll believe it when I see it, and I hope it's good. Master Mirror was a decent expansion, but I think it's the smallest expansion yet. Tiny little area on the reward tree. Some really spicy, interesting cards with some new combos. But that didn't really, like, totally change the game. I mean, Overwhelming Hunger is the king deck right now, and it doesn't really need Master Mirror at all. Oberon, I think, is actually just dead weight. Okay, Alpha Werewolf. Oh, it's fine. I think we save Boar. This is unfortunate, but I think it's like as good as we can get. At least we get the damage. We need him to play another unit. He's still holding on to 3 damage here, so problematic. I think the goal with Tainted Ale, Mastercrafted Spear, if I was a guessing person, would be. Alright, this works out well for us actually.
The goddess protect you from all evil.
Everybody say thank you.
I owe you for that.
Glusty's gonna eat it if it's at 1, so if it's a Glusty we have problems. Not much more we can say about that. But I think the goal here is probably to like get down our units to 1 as much as possible. And then to go for the big consume. So we're gonna see Alpha Werewolf go up to 4, and then the Forktail's gonna get eaten. Smart play would be to go to melee with this, and he does. 38 points to get the Frightener awakened, so really great value there. And then Wild Boar is only going to get us like 4 damage, so we just barely missed this one. The opponent just having a little bit of extra juice in the tank with no unit monsters, which is kind of a fun way to play. So anyway, pretty close. We got that massive game against Varun. I think you guys can have some fun with this deck. Let me know what changes you decide to make. Until next time, good luck on the path. Get out there, keep on Gwent.